Hey, what's going on everybody? Welcome back to another video. Today I'm going to be talking about Bloodbeat. So this movie has been on my radar for a little bit. I didn't know much about it. I knew that it was a 80s slasher movie where the killer was someone wearing samurai armor. So I was like, I gotta check this out one day. And then I was just, for some reason this month I was just kind of looking into it again, reading over the plot summary, and then I found out that it takes place around Christmas, and I was like, well, I have to watch it now in December. I gotta watch this. I've wanted to watch this for a while. I gotta, pull the trigger and just watch it. And man, was that a big mistake, because yeah, this movie was not my cup of tea. I was not a fan of this at all. Like, this was hard for me to get through. Like, it was, for me personally, very boring. It was like not fun at all. The kills were really not good. Like, this was not it, in my opinion. This was not a great movie, not a great slasher movie. Just all the above. It was not doing it for me. So yeah, before I get into totally hating on this movie, no, I'm just kidding. I said a couple positive things because I'm not, I don't want to totally just rip on movies. But before I totally rip this movie apart, I'm gonna give you all a little plot summary. So the movie takes place in this little kind of like small rural town. It's it's around Christmas time. The family's coming home for the holidays. You got these parents. The mom, she's like an artist. She just makes all these like abstract paintings, and I guess she's, well, not I guess, she has like psychic abilities as well. And then the dad is just like, he's just like a basic bro. He's just like goes hunting, chills, but then like his wife is like a crazy psychic. I don't know, like, I guess opposites do attract, cuz I mean they're on different wavelengths there. But anyways, you got these parents. They're holding down the fort at this rural house. All the kids come home for the holidays. The main character is this young man. His name's Ted, and I think, yep, Ted. I was right. I gotta check the notes. I write some of this stuff down because I got a bad memory. I don't even smoke anymore, but I can't even remember stuff. That's bad, man. I'm too young for that. But anyways, this movie is like so forgettable. Everything in this movie, like, I mean, it's not my fault. Like, if you watch this movie, you know what I'm talking about. Like, you don't know what the heck is going on. It's confusing too. But anyways, there's this guy Ted. Uh, he comes back. He's, the son of these parents who live at the house. He comes back with this girl Sarah, and like immediately, Ted's mom does not mess with Sarah. She's like, there's something up with that girl. I have a weird psychic connection with her. There's something up with her. Don't trust her. Alright? And he's like, man, mom, you're just hating. I got a fine girlfriend, beautiful lady here. I'm doing my thing. I finally got a girlfriend, and you're gonna say we got a psychic connection? Like, mom, you're crazy. But anyways, yeah, he keeps like dismissing what his mom's saying. He's like, nah, she's cool. She's not a psychic trying to murder us, But anyways, yeah, the family, they do, normal activities. They go hunting, blah, blah, blah. They, like, pretty much accidentally shoot someone when they're hunting, but nobody knows if they were the ones who really shot him, because, yeah, like, they were all getting ready to shoot this deer, and then Sarah just totally flips out and starts screaming, like, right before they shoot. Like, it would be the equivalent to, like, if someone's golfing and they're, they're about to hit like a drive, and then you just start screaming, or you hit the like the blowhorn like jackass. Like, who does that? I mean, I guess even if you're not, if you're not into hunting, if you're, you know, more of an animal lover, just don't go with them. Don't ruin it for them. It's like, you know, it's their right to do that. Like, come on, Sarah, get it together. But anyways, yeah, like they accidentally kill this guy, but they don't know if they killed him. But well, I mean, yeah, but anyone could have killed him. But they think they might have accidentally killed this guy. So they, you know, tell the police, and then after that, crazy stuff starts happening because Sarah finds this samurai armor, and she thinks there's something up with it, and nobody else, even like everyone else, is like, there is no samurai armor here. Like, what are you talking about? And then they're like, you're just dreaming, and she's like, no, it was here. And then people just start getting killed by some individual wearing samurai armor, and there's, yeah, a lot of, I kind of mentioned the psychic stuff, how the mom is psychic. She keeps getting more tripped out and keeps thinking, you know, Sarah, there's something up with her. And then Sarah has like this psychic connection with the killer. It's kind of like in Halloween 5 when like Danielle Harris, she'll like see what Michael Myers is doing. Like whenever this samurai killer is killing someone, Sarah kind of like will kind of like live vicariously through the killer. And yeah, I always think it was kind of like Pumpkinhead as well. Like whenever whoever like summons Pumpkinhead, they kind of like see everything that's happening when he's killing someone. So yeah, I just wanted to mention that because I thought that was kind of a important plot point, I guess. So before I get on to, you know, my actual review, picking this movie apart, just totally hating on this movie, I thought I would just mention that because that was kind of relevant, I feel like. But yeah, that's it for the plot summary. Now I'm gonna get into, you know, my actual review. So I thought this movie, it was incredibly boring. Um, it took an extremely long time to get going. Uh, I I mean, of course, you know, there has to be a setup, there has to be a build up, but like they didn't really establish anything important. There was just like a lot of fluff going on for like pretty much the first two acts. And I feel like there wasn't a kill until about like 45 minutes in. I could be wrong, but I mean, I just watched this last night, and it's like hard for me to recall what was going, like recall everything that was going on, because this movie was hard to follow and it was boring. But anyways, it took a long time to get going. I don't think there was a kill until like 45 minutes in. The characters were extremely bland. You know, in a lot of slasher movies, you don't, you know, you don't expect the best acting, but you expect like fun, memorable characters. These characters were like, they were like cardboard. They were like, I don't know, they were just bland. They were like bran cereal. They were like not even Raisin Bran. They were just, I mean, they were just so stiff and boring. Like, I mean, who would want to hang out with these people? Like, they weren't even partying, sipping any drinks in a slasher movie. Like, they're not, I mean, there was like a little bit of, you know, a little bit of sex going on, but I mean, nothing crazy. But I guess I can't complain because some slasher movies, I mean, don't even have nudity, even if they are an 80s one, which, I mean, they need to get it together. If you're a slasher movie from the 80s, you best have some nudity going on. But anyways, yeah, the characters, super bland. And yeah, I just thought this movie overall was going to be more fun. You know, it's a movie about a killer samurai. I thought it was going to be kind of cheesy and goofy, and maybe there are going to be some silly, fun, memorable moments. There was none of that. There was just boring moments, you know? And I was kind of disappointed. I was pretty excited to watch like a samurai slasher from the 80s, and I was so let down. This was hard to get through. I don't even know how I finished this. It took me, I had to watch it in like I couldn't even watch this in one sitting. I had to watch it in like 30-minute increments. It was that rough for me. Another thing that I want to point out is that, like, I felt like the score was weird. It was for the most part it was like this orchestral score, and it just didn't really fit the tone of the movie, in my opinion. I'm kind of indifferent towards orchestral scores. I mean, sometimes they work. I think, like Sleepaway Camp, the first Sleepaway Camp has an orchestral score, and I think that's an iconic score, and it for some reason works for that movie. The orchestral score did not work for this movie. It felt out of place, and it just like took me out of the scenes. Like it didn't fit what was going on screen. I didn't like it. And then like the sound mixing in this movie was kind of bad. Like, I feel like the music was cranked up to 10, and then the dialogue was at like 2. Like, I had the volume cranked up on this movie, and I could barely hear what the characters were saying sometimes. Like, I had my volume high, like how I always have it, and I could not tell you what some of these characters were saying sometimes. It's like they were whispering, man, but they weren't. It was just a bad sound mix, which, I mean, this isn't like a shot on video movie, so like the sound mix should be better. This is like, I mean, this has somewhat of a budget. I mean, it's a low budget, but you know what I mean? It's like, it's got somewhat of a budget. It's like they have other technical, they have other things that are done well from a technical point of view. Like, it's not like, even though like the movie's not good, like, like the way it's edited and stuff, it's like serviceable, like from a technical point of view. Like, why is the mixing so bad? I don't know. I don't know if I was if I was picking this up correctly, but like the main girl, I said she had that psychic connection with the killer. I feel like whenever the killer was killing people, she was just like having one or more orgasms. I mean, one of the times she was actually having sex, but I feel like she was like straight having orgasms when the killer was killing people. I could be crazy, and I could just totally be misreading the situation, but I mean, that was cool and like random and weird, but like that was like the only kind of random WTF like fun thing in the movie. But I could totally be wrong. Maybe that's just like how she screams normally, I guess. But yeah, I mean, the one time she was having sex, and it was like, it's pretty obvious. I think she was having orgasms whenever the killer was killing someone, which, I mean, I'm all for that. I like crazy weird stuff in like crazy weird memorable stuff in slasher movies. So I was here for that. Moving on to the kills. The kills were not good. There was like no creativity with the kills. I mean, the weapon was cool. You had the samurai sword, but there was every kill seemed the same. It's like a stab, a throat slit, boom, blah blah blah. And then the gore wasn't that great. There was a little bit of blood, but it wasn't. I don't know. It was. If you're coming to a slasher movie, you want to see some dismemberment. You want to see some gore. And of course, this is the 80s. So, well, I mean, that is the heyday for slashers, but at the same time, the MPAA did like butcher a lot of slashers and make them cut down a bunch of stuff. But yeah, this was like tame. Like, I mean, it's not like, I mean, I get it, like in the 70s, the movies, like late 70s, the movies had like no blood really, but I mean, I think this was, 1983, and there's like no blood whatsoever. I'm like, what the heck? I mean, there was a little bit, but you know what I mean. Like, there wasn't literally no blood, but there was like barely any gore, and it's like, I mean, this movie, like, I'm not coming to this movie for like a groundbreaking story. I'm coming for some like cheesy, fun moments and some great kills. It had none of that. And I said I was gonna get into some positives, so I got like two positives here, just so I don't totally, rip on this movie. So I thought the fact that they added all the supernatural stuff, I thought that was, kind of a unique concept. So props to them for that. And then I thought the idea and the concept of a samurai killer was cool, and the look of the samurai killer was awesome. But but it just the overall movie was not that great. But I mean, props to them for just creating the idea to have a samurai killer, and that armor that they chose was absolutely awesome. So that was cool. But that was the last thing I wanted to touch on. I just wanted to end on a little positive because I kind of really just hated on this movie for the entire review. But yeah, so since I pretty much said everything that I wanted to say, I'm going to give you a quick recommendation and then head out. So I would absolutely not recommend this. Whatever you do, don't watch this. It's really like a waste of 90 minutes. I mean, it wasn't even 90 minutes, but it's a waste of time. There's so many better slashers. Yeah, I was disappointed with this. So yeah, I would say do not check it out. But yeah, with that being said, I said everything that I wanted to say. So I'm gonna head out here. Thank you all very much for watching, and peace out.